Leaders, managers need to be aware of how enormously influential you are on the mental, physical, emotional, and relational health of the people you lead. This is not alarmist teaching. These are facts. We have a leadership crisis in our world, but it is solvable. I promise. Hang on, leaders. I'm going to give you a very simple formula that will allow you to start making changes. And when people change, the numbers change. But these are some glaringly awful numbers. Let's look at them. New data suggests that nearly 70% of people say their manager has more impact on their mental health than their therapist or their doctor. Did you hear that? I'm going to say that again. Nearly 70% of people report that their manager or leader has a greater impact on their mental health than their therapist or their doctor. And it's equal to the impact of their life partner. The Workforce Institute at UKG did a study, thousands of people across 10 countries, and according to the study, 43% of employees report they are exhausted. 78% say stress negatively impacts their work performance. 71% say stress at work negatively infringes on their home life. Leaders, you have the biggest impact on the lives of the people you lead. Let's just pull mental health out. I mean, that's pretty darn obvious to me. None of this is shocking. Can we just say it's their life? If you are a crappy leader, you are contributing to the crap in their life. I know, right? Some unbelievable wisdom I'm dropping on you folks today, but this is just the truth, and you need to hear it. Some of you are allowing crappy leaders to continue to crap on you, and you are dragging the crap home with you. Let me say that again, because I want it to sink in to free some of you up today. You need to be freed from this, and I'm just going to hit you with it. Many of you are allowing crappy leaders to continue to crap on you, and you are dragging the crap home with you. You're walking in the door at the end of the day, you've been crapped on all day, and you drag that crap home with you, and your kid just wants to connect to you, and they can't because you stink. You are putting off an aura of misery, of anger, of depression, and you stink. And it's very easy in these moments to go, Ken, you're right, but it's not my fault. It's not your fault, but it is your choice. These numbers are unbelievable. You would allow yourself to suffer these mental health issues, the stress, the confusion, the frustration, the depression. Folks, this is real. And I'm talking to two people here. I'm talking to the leader. Are you contributing to this? Are you unhealthy? Are you feeling this from your leader above you? And then are you allowing this to seep down and affect your team? I think you've got to really ask yourself. Leader, listen to me. How are my actions affecting the mental health of my team? You got to ask it. Those of you who want to be really effective and, dare I say, great leaders will have the guts to sit down with your team and ask them that. Maybe you do an anonymous survey so that everybody feels safe. Maybe you sit down with your team and go, here's what I'm experiencing, and I'm afraid that it's rubbing off on you. Some of you go, well, Ken, is that disloyal? No. Because we got to fix it. All right, I started off saying we have a leadership crisis in this world, and we do, and this is it right here. 70% of people saying their manager has more impact on their mental health. The stress at work is affecting their work performance. It's affecting their relationships, and it's all coming from the leader. So leaders, here we go. Those of you who will become leaders one day, let me help you avoid this, and we can fix this. Because as I said, the numbers change when people change, and if leaders will change, these numbers will get better. There's two things that leaders have got to do to create an environment on your team where people feel safe, valued, and their mental health is going to flourish. Two things. Number one, starts with you, leader. You must get radical awareness. I think there are a lot of good people that are awful leaders, and I think it starts with they're not self-aware and they're not aware of their team. If you aren't self-aware, leaders, and you aren't aware of what's going on in the lives of your team and aware of how they tick, why they tick the way they tick, you're a terrible leader, but you might be a really nice person. You're an awful leader. I mean, we joke about this all the time, but go watch 3 episodes of The Office tonight. That's your homework assignment, and it'll be fun. Tell your wife that Ken said I have to do it. Watch any 3 Office episodes that you want to, Alex. Any 3. And here's what you're going to find out about Michael Scott. Michael Scott had 0 self-awareness. And he also had no awareness of his actual team. So it starts with awareness of self and team. Leaders, you got to be aware of what your sweet spot is. What's your leadership sweet spot to where you are using what you do best to do what you love to produce results that matter to you? And you figure that out for yourself. Now you can figure it out for your team. And we're going to see tremendous engagement, and they're going to be excited to show up. And then you need to be aware of who they are. Are you asking questions like, how are you doing? How can I help you win? Aware of who they are and what's going on in their life. And then finally, once you get aware, meet their needs. Meet their needs. Oh, you'll see a lot better results.